tonight's live stream is going to be a little bit different because one, I'm in the live stream, but number two, um, the reason I'm in the live stream is because of the fact that our product for the night is actually for the phone. So I have to hook it up to the USB-C port, which means I'm going to pick it up and do a couple of things. So the phone will be moving around. And I couldn't put it in a mount and do it because then I would have had to be taking it off, and I didn't want to do a top-down shot. Plus, I figured it was better to actually show you guys what I'm doing. So, what we have tonight is the Mini Mic 2024 Pros. I think I got that name right. Anyway, it is actually a USB-C plug-in for the phone or computer or anything else. Now, my computer doesn't have a USB-C port. I could get an adapter for it, but it is a set of two lavalier mics that we got, and they actually have the fur windscreen on them. I switched it to the foam just to try it because I've been playing around with it some tonight, but also because of the fact that I think that one sounds better, even though I like the fur one, and you'll understand when you hear it. The fur ones work better outside, but I'm not going outside to test them tonight and stuff like that. I also haven't been able to test the charging yet because of the fact that I haven't needed to charge them. Although I did notice when I plugged it up to the phone, and I was a little skeptical about getting a cheap, because they're only $12. And actually, I thought I was ordering them for $7 something. They're actually 34% off tonight. Sorry, I got sinuses going on. They're actually 34% off, making them only $7.20. And I thought that's the price I ordered them for, but when I went back in the Amazon listing order sheet, they were actually $12. But still, for what we got for $12, I don't think that we got hurt at all. And if you guys want to get some, I left a link in the description. I will make a small commission, but I left the link for you guys to check out. So here's what it has. It has the adapter for USB-C. It has the two microphones with they both come with furs and foams, but like I said, I switched them to try them. And then we have the accessories, because here's where it gets even better. Now, I don't have any iPhone products, and I know iPhone's switching to the USB-C, or they did or whatever already, but this has the lightning adapter also. Now, some of them I've seen, there's a lot that have the same style. I don't know if they're the same company, rebranded. I don't think so. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like you'll see a lot of the same style if you look on Amazon. But Walmart also sells a Bauer kit that looks very similar, but it's only one microphone and it's like $17. And we were going to try that one out, but then I got on there looking at it and stuff, and we saw that we could get the 2-pack. I actually have used Bauer products. Some of my phone holder, as a matter of fact, the actual phone holder that I use on the small rig poles is Bauer. So I mean, they make some decent products. This is all right. I mean, maybe not the best, but I think this was in a kit for like 30 or 40 bucks, 50 bucks. Anyway, so the point is that I'm not saying that there was anything with the Bauer that I didn't get to try it, because we found that these were cheaper. All right, it comes with the USB cable, and there's your lightning adapter. And the cool thing about this is you could use it for other products because it's a standard adapter. It's not the actual receiver with a lightning port. So that's a positive thing. And then there's the other windscreens. And it doesn't just have, the stuff. I mean, you saw me take it out. It actually has a foam built case. So we have different cutout slots to be able to put everything back in. It comes with an instruction manual, and it comes with a little welcome card that explains things. The back of it explains it too. It's supposed to be New York designed, but China built. So just know that. And I can't really vouch for any of the other claims on it about who they've worked with and stuff like that. But let's get to actually talking about my tests and then testing it out so you guys can hear the sound for yourself. Now, number one, like I said, I was skeptical about plugging a adapter straight into my phone, especially the S23 Ultra, because, and I'm not saying anything about this, but you do have shady things out there that if you plug it up, I mean, they talk about it on the news all the time about plugging things into mall, cable hubs and stuff. So you kind of had that worry, but when I plugged it up, my knocks did not go off. I did not have any issues. As a matter of fact, when I plugged it up, it said it was charging the device and gave me the option to turn that off and whatever. And there was some other options, but nothing that I got worried about. So, and I actually tried it on the A12 before I tried it on the S23 Ultra, and neither of them had any knocks, red flags go off. So, while I can't vouch for it, because I don't know anything technical about them, we had no issues with plugging it up, which was one of the fears when I ordered it myself. Okay. Number two, another thing was we weren't sure if it would fit with the cases because I did not want to take the case off my phones. So it actually will fit in there just fine. The third thing is, and I had seen this with some of the other brands and even in the own reviews, I think for this one, I looked at a lot of products. Some people were saying that they wouldn't, not necessarily these, I don't remember, but in general, the USB-C microphones had problems with certain phones. Some of them weren't hooking up to the OTG system right, and this and that. Plugged it up. I didn't even have a dialogue come up saying, hey, this is an audio device or this or that. It just straight worked. On this phone, I was able to use third-party apps for note-taking, audio recordings, and the camera worked just fine. The native camera on the S23 Ultra had no problem. It didn't even need to go to Pro mode to be able to have that connection. I thought that to have a external mic, I had to use Pro mode because part of the problem is I have the shotgun mic, and it's directional, where these are omnidirectional, okay? But the problem is I'd have to get an adapter. And I actually was looking at a couple other ones. I've been wanting to get some more small rig stuff. They have a $40 one, but I'd need to buy adapters. And I actually found that the Rode Go Mic 2, I think, is the product line that I'm going to get for like $100. Actually has 3.5 millimeter and the adapters for the USB-C, and I think Lightning too. So that review will probably be coming up soon because I would still like to use a shotgun mic. Now the point of these is they're lav mics, so you can connect them to your shirt or whatever. But depending on the holder you have or the camera or whatever, they technically, if you wanted, could clip on there because these things do pick up from a distance from what I've been seeing in my testing. What else? I think that was it for the basics. So we're going to go ahead and actually plug it up, and I'm going to let you guys hear the difference because it just hit me. I'm so used to making videos on my phone that you guys are hearing the bad quality because surprisingly, these came out really good. So let's plug it up, and then I'll go over the different features. Oh, before I plug it up, see, this is what I was talking about, the difference. On the adapter parts, here is the USB port. And when I noticed that the phone was charging it, I said, well, if the phone's charging the receiver and it has a USB port, does that mean that I could plug it in and it'll feed into the phone through the receiver? And guess what? As soon as I plugged it up, the phone started charging itself back up. So let's plug this in. So there's the button. We should be having sound right now. It's green. It will flash it will flash when we don't have a decent signal. Sorry, I'm having to hold the phone. There's both microphones. I think the phone will be fine now. There's both microphones on, okay? So if you want to mute it, you just push that button on the back again that we just turned it on with, and you'll have a flashing green. Now, if it's flashing fast, that means that it's disconnected again, okay? And then the red would be if it's not. Sorry, that was probably loud. Another thing I did notice is you get a lot of, but that depends. I mean, it wasn't completely like that. I don't know what you guys are hearing though. And right now I'm using just the regular foam one, which I normally don't like a microphone with just the foam. But for some reason, to me, this one sounds more accurate and clearer. Now I'm going to mute this and show you on the fuzz or the fur one. Okay, so now I should be talking on the fur. And I don't know, for some reason, because the extra fur and the muffling and stuff, it makes me sound, to me, and I have really good ears actually. They're not as good as they used to be. My mid-range is going, but to me, it seems like the furs actually still sound good, but I don't know, they kind of deaden me with my vocal range more than I like. But I think it's still great quality. I have no problem with the fact of the actual microphone. For a while, I was using the furs because that's what comes on them, and thought, okay, well, maybe this isn't going to be as, good as I wanted because I thought that I was being a little muffled and drowned out. And then I switched to these. And when I switched to the foam, I was surprised. Now, outside, the fur, I finally got it right. The fur will probably be the better way to go. But inside, I'm probably just going to stick with the foam one. So I think that was pretty much covering them. I covered all the basics, the price points, the charging, which I think I showed you is on the side on these, what it came with, the fact that everything went smoothly, it does fit the cases. So I'm going to play with them some more, and we're going to see how they charge, how long they last. I can't remember. I thought I had seen somewhere that they were supposed to last 2.5 hours, but I can't find that again. And I also bought some other products that we're going to be reviewing, and they actually were, when I checked the specs on them today, said battery life 2.5 hours. So maybe I'm mixing things up. Maybe it was a review that said they lasted 2.5 hours. I don't remember. I do remember somebody saying something about it only lasted so long, and he wasn't happy with that. But I can't remember what the exact time on them was. So, point is, we're going to play around with them, use them, and make some videos. And when I get to charge them a couple times, after I make some more videos with them, after I do some editing, because I haven't got them in the editor yet, we'll probably do an update video. So hit that subscribe button. Also, like I said, I'm going to be getting the Rode mic here in a couple of months. Probably I'm not going to be able to do it right now. And there's plenty of other reviews coming out. I'm about to do some woodworking stuff, not making wood, like firewood and all. We got some splitters and all, some chain reviews, the chainsaw itself that I use, the Ryobi Electric, which actually holds up pretty well. We have an axe sharpener. Like, I have so many things to review I just haven't gotten to. So hit that subscribe button because I review all kind of household and useful things all the time. Hope you enjoyed the review. Hope it turned out okay with the mics and I didn't screw up and just start talking with no audio. And see you next time. They had to change.